Hey, Lions Nation! We're back with another exclusive video bringing you all the latest news about our beloved Detroit Lions. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss anything about the team. Now, let's get into the news. DK Metcalf has officially shaken the NFL world, sending shockwaves across locker rooms and fan bases alike, as rumors intensify that the superstar wide receiver has ended his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers and is set to don the Honolulu blue and silver of the Detroit Lions. Sources close to league insiders have confirmed that discussions have reached an advanced stage, with both parties showing serious interest in finalizing what would arguably be one of the most dramatic and consequential moves of the offseason. For months, speculation has swirled around Metcalf's future in Pittsburgh, where despite his undeniable talent and physical dominance, there have been mounting tensions regarding offensive philosophy, quarterback changes, and the direction of the team under new management. The Steelers, long celebrated for their defensive prowess, have struggled in recent seasons to maximize Metcalf's abilities, often failing to integrate his rare combination of size, speed, and contested catchability into a cohesive offensive scheme. Insiders suggest that this disconnect has frustrated Metcalf, who has been vocal in private about wanting a team and a system that can consistently position him as a dominant force across the league. Enter Detroit, a franchise on the rise, one that has systematically constructed a roster capable of challenging for the Super Bowl, and one that has been searching for a true alpha receiver to complement Jared Goff and the dynamic weapons already in place. The Lions front office reportedly reached out to Metcalf's representatives months ago, exploring avenues for acquisition, and now all indications point to a deal that will bring the 6'4", 230-pound star to Motown, creating one of the most explosive wide receiver duos in recent NFL history alongside Amon-Ra St. Brown. Analysts and insiders have been quick to point out the strategic implications of such a move. Metcalf's ability to dominate downfield changes defensive game plans overnight. Teams that previously dared to focus coverage on St. Brown or Jameson Williams will now have to respect the vertical threat that Metcalf represents, forcing corners into impossible decisions and linebackers into uncomfortable matchups. The pairing of Metcalf with Goff is said to be particularly enticing to Detroit, as the quarterback has built his career on timing, accuracy, and chemistry with elite athletes, and Metcalf's physical gifts offer an entirely new dimension to the passing attack. Sources close to the Lions coaching staff reveal that offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has already begun drafting conceptual plays that maximize Metcalf's ability to stretch defenses, employing motion, pre-snap shifts, and deep shot concepts that will test the very limits of opposing secondary units. The impact on the Lions' offense cannot be overstated. Detroit's running game, already potent with Derrick Henry carving lanes and creating space, becomes even more dangerous when defenses must respect a dual-threat passing attack. Metcalf's presence alone demands attention from safeties, freeing up intermediate zones for St. Brown, Williams, and even T.J. Hockenson to exploit seams and turn short routes into explosive gains. Rumors suggest that Goff himself was a vocal supporter of the potential signing, recognizing the immediate upgrade to his weaponry and the threat Metcalf would pose in high-leverage situations. Team sources describe the quarterback as energized by the prospect, seeing a chance to elevate the entire offense to a level that rivals any in the NFC and potentially the entire NFL. Fans across Motown have reacted with unrestrained excitement, flooding social media with speculation, mock-ups of Metcalf in Lions colors, and declarations that the franchise is no longer content with mediocrity. The idea of pairing Metcalf with Detroit's already explosive talent has sparked comparisons to some of the league's most feared passing attacks, as well as debates about the potential playoff implications, particularly in a division that now faces a receiving threat unlike anything they have prepared for in years. Meanwhile, sources in Pittsburgh indicate that while Metcalf's departure would be significant, the organization is reportedly aware of the circumstances that led to the separation and is preparing contingencies to rebuild the passing game without their star receiver. Before we move on, take a second to drop a like and subscribe. That way, you'll stay up to date with every exclusive Lions update, and you'll even have a chance to win an official Detroit Lions jersey. Let's keep going. The Steelers' offensive strategy is expected to shift toward development and redistribution, but the loss of Metcalf's physicality, contested catch dominance, and vertical threat will leave a palpable void in the team's structure. League executives have expressed that a move of this magnitude is rare in its timing and impact, particularly mid-season discussions or early free agency, because it realigns not just a team's passing attack, but also the psychological momentum and fan engagement surrounding the franchise. Metcalf's arrival in Detroit is said to represent a cultural shift as much as a tactical one, as coaches emphasize his professionalism, work ethic, and leadership potential to integrate seamlessly with the locker room and elevate younger players around him. Detroit's roster, built with patience and strategic foresight, is primed for a player of Metcalf's caliber, one who can turn routine routes into highlight reel plays and challenge opposing defenses to respect every inch of the field. Analysts have been quick to point out that Metcalf's speed and size combination is among the rarest in modern football, a true mismatch weapon capable of altering coverage schemes and opening up opportunities for the running game, tight ends, and secondary receivers alike. In practice sessions, sources reveal, the Lions have begun testing combinations of motion-heavy formations, vertical spacing, and deep shot concepts designed to exploit Metcalf's rare talents while maintaining balance for the rest of the offense. Rumors further suggest that Metcalf is eager to embrace the Detroit environment, viewing it as a city hungry for football success, a fanbase passionate and vocal, and a locker room ready to support a player of his stature. While nothing is confirmed officially, Metcalf's camp is reportedly finalizing terms, with incentive-laden structures and guarantees that reflect both his superstar status and the competitive ambitions of the Lions. League insiders indicate that if the deal goes through, it could represent a turning point for the franchise, positioning Detroit as a legitimate contender in the NFC with a receiving core that now ranks among the deepest and most physically imposing in the NFL. Furthermore, this acquisition would not only upgrade the passing attack, but also send a message across the league. The Detroit Lions are no longer a team to be underestimated. For DK Metcalf, the move signals a chance to redefine his career, escape the constraints of a system that never fully utilized him in Pittsburgh, and join a team where his talents can be maximized and celebrated week in and week out. Early projections suggest that the Metcalf-Goff connection could lead to historic production, both in yardage and explosive scoring plays, creating matchups that defensive coordinators will struggle to contain all season long. Fans and insiders alike have begun speculating about the playoff implications, suggesting that the presence of a player like Metcalf could be the difference between a divisional contender and a legitimate Super Bowl challenger. The buzz surrounding this potential signing has already permeated media coverage, social platforms, and locker rooms across the league, fueling debates about the most dangerous offensive duos and the shifting balance of power in the NFC. Players from other teams have reportedly commented on the move in private interviews, acknowledging the immediate threat Detroit poses with Metcalf potentially added to their lineup. While some caution that formal agreements are still in progress and that negotiations can be volatile, the excitement around the league is palpable. If finalized, DK Metcalf in Detroit represents not just a blockbuster signing, but a seismic shift in strategy, culture, and expectation. The Lions, long viewed as an up-and-coming franchise, could instantly transform into a team capable of competing at the highest levels, with a receiving core that challenges defensive schemes in unprecedented ways. Metcalf's combination of speed, size, and contested catchability is rare in today's game, and paired with Goff's precision and poise, it creates a vertical and horizontal threat that can dominate matchups across the field. Rumors suggest that internal conversations at Ford Field have been focused on integrating Metcalf seamlessly, maintaining chemistry with existing stars like St. Brown and Hawkinson, and adjusting playbooks to exploit his strengths. Coaches are reportedly excited about the possibilities, from motion-based pre-snap shifts to deep shot concepts and red zone dynamics. Beyond X's and O's, Metcalf's presence could redefine the psychological makeup of the team, injecting confidence, belief, and intensity into every practice, game, and high-pressure situation. For fans, the excitement is nearly tangible as mock-ups, social media reactions, and predictions abound. The idea of a team featuring DK Metcalf, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, TJ Hawkinson, and Derrick Henry is now dominating conversations about NFC supremacy. While the Steelers brace for a post-Metcalf reality, Detroit appears ready to embrace the superstar edition with open arms, confident that this move elevates them to an elite tier and transforms their season trajectory. The NFL landscape could shift dramatically depending on how quickly Metcalf and the Lions gel, and insiders are already projecting potential record-breaking offensive numbers, historic scoring bursts, and highlight plays that will define the season and re-establish Detroit as a true contender. Every practice session, every snap, and every deep route will now carry immense weight, and the excitement surrounding the possibility of DK Metcalf in Detroit continues to grow as rumors reach a fever pitch, capturing the imagination of fans, analysts, and competitors alike. We bring you the latest Lions news every single day. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And of course, drop a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Your voice makes a difference for Lions Nation. See you in the next video.